so keep that in mind.
Yeah, hey, forget I asked.
That'll definitely
It'll
do.
Join the Discord.
It was the least fun I've ever had playing this game.
A small but vibrant and extremely humble community.
No, I've seen the sleeves, but I'm like, you said you're suiting up, and then you put your sleeve on. Thank you for saying that.
Because I'm a demon on the keys.
Next thing I know, we're both dead. I immediately left the lobby.
In Vietnam.
What are they playing for? Are they playing to win?
Stay humble.
Stay humble.
We are live. Yo ho ho, motherfuckers. Welcome to The Drop Shot, a Call of Duty podcast. Episode number 90. A nice 9-0, dude. 902190. My name is Casey, also known as Razanon, and I am joined, as always, by my good friend Tanner. Tanner, say hello to everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Looking crispy. I see a new little decoration here.
What's
You
my new
have a-
decoration?
You have a small Christmas tree.
Well, it's probably a 36-incher. Maybe a 30? It's probably a 30. It's a 30-inch tree.
30-inch
for sure.
tree. Mine's 22.
Yeah.
Or
Multicolored
31,
lights. Whatever this shit is. Sierra threw it on there. I don't know. But yeah, looks good. Got these, whatever these are, right?
I don't know
know.
what that is.
I
Looks like
don't know.
Yeah, it looks like you can perform a satanic ritual with it.
Yeah.
For sure. But yeah, we're in the holiday spirits here at the Drop Shot of Call of Duty podcast. I also have a shittier little tree that you can barely even see on stream, honestly. It wasn't worth getting. And also a nice little Santa hat. And the ball at the end of it keeps hitting me in the eye, and it makes me fucking furious.
Cut it off.
And it's too hot. So
Cut the ball off right now live on stream.
not doing that. So these are not happening, right? So these are the extents to which I will go, the discomfort I will put myself through for you, listener, for this program, dude. My devotion is eternal.
You're gonna have to do it Saturday too, and next Wednesday. So
Well, okay, we'll get to it. So episode 90, we got a lot to talk about today, and this is going to be a good ep for sure. But first, thank you to our new patrons. Captain Flapjacks, IamShelby.com, it's good marketing strategy right there. Eat My Ass, Twitter.com/Razanon. Tyler F, Daniel E, Stephen S, Sweaty Aim Assist, and Joe Flow 79. Let's fucking go, boys and girls. Welcome to the Patreon, patreon.com/The Drop Shot. It means a lot that you guys have joined. The Patreon is, of course, the best way to support this program. And it will enable us to do things in the future, which we will perhaps get into. So, thank you. Also, on the topic of the Patreon, it's going to be backloaded again with the bonus episodes. So, as we've said, 4 bonus episodes per month. As always, we are going to continue to do that, but there's only been 1 episode so far for the month of December. And the reason for that is that season 1 came out yesterday. So we want to have 3 of the 4 Patreon bonus episodes be focused on stuff related to season 1. So we wanted to, again, just like last month, we wanted to wait until, the game came out. This month, we want to wait until season 1 comes out. So you will, of course, get your 4 bonus episodes as you have every month. But they're just going to be backloaded again. And you guys will be better off for it. Trust me. So thank you guys for that. Patreon.com/The Drop Shot. $5 a month, 4 bonus episodes a month. And it's banger fire content. And I don't know. How many times do I have to say it, right? Like, it's the best way you can spend $5 United States per month. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Yeah. So, also, Mr. James Ops, who is here in the chat this evening, has been binging the program. He is a new frog, and we welcome you and thank you for the offline Twitch Primerino. James, change your name probably, but I
Wow.
appreciate the support, dude. And I'm glad you've been enjoying the program. Tanner, any announcements from you?
Yeah, so as you guys can tell, well, Twitch ruins the quality, right? So YouTube streams incoming. But my webcam is looking crispier, especially on my end, not what you guys see. My lighting is looking a little bit better, right?
I
Well-
would say so, yeah.
I received a couple gifts from twitch.tv/Razanon for Christmas.
No.
Okay, I'll read it.
Oh, okay. All right.
So the first item is a key light. Well, I don't know what they're called. It's a
technically
ring light.
called a key light. It's just not
It's
an
a ring light.
Elgato key light. Yeah.
So let's just say this. I owned a name brand key light a couple weeks ago. I tried it out. I said, "Oh, this is shit." The quality was garbage. I didn't like how you had to connect it to Wi-Fi. You were forced to connect it to Wi-Fi. The app was horrible. It always had a program running on your computer. It was terrible, right? So I said, "Oh, I'm going to send this back. I don't want it." So I get a package in the mail. When was it? A couple days ago?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's a nice little letter here from Razanon. It says, "You might think this is a Christmas gift. Hey, it's not. I'm tired of your shit camera quality. More shit incoming. Merry Christmas, though, from twitch.tv/Razanon."
Let's go, dude.
He's a dumb piece. So it's not a gift, right? It's for
not
you
a
guys.
gift, and I want to stress this. I really want to stress this point. I did not get him a gift. Okay. This was a business expense for the program. Because like I said, it hurt my eyes every time we did the broadcast. Looking at his whatever the fuck webcam he had last with terrible lighting. So we made a business expenditure in the form of that light. So
Yeah. So that light, you can't tell in stream like what it's actually doing, but if I turn it off right now, you would know, but I'm not going to do that, right? And it's got different color settings. It's actually surprisingly very good quality. I don't know how much you paid for it, but for being like an Amazon light, I was actually
like
surprised at the
20 or
quality.
$30, yeah.
Yeah, so I paid $200 for the first one, and it was, I'm not kidding, worse quality. So
That's crazy, actually.
actually, no, it's all about the name brands, right?
Yeah, well,
That's what you're paying for.
true.
And then he also got me a Logitech Brio webcam, which is a higher quality webcam than I was using. It's actually got a wider field of view. I actually had to zoom it in a little bit. It's got much better lighting, better low light, etc. The quality is better. You just won't see that on stream.
You do see it on
basically
stream,
caps
by the way.
out. It's more like you can tell in the lights and shit, but like the actual crispiness of it, if you looked on my end, it's much better.
Yeah,
So,
when you stream, Tanner, people will be able to see how good it is. Because it's Grid
okay,
Fam,
cool.
it's not Twitch.
got it.
It's
Okay.
Grid Fam that's fucking it, yeah. So
But yeah, so thanks for Razanon. I can't stress this enough, as he said. They're not Christmas gifts.
exactly.
We're not dating. We're
Well,
not buying each other Christmas gifts.
Sierra
It's a
has entered
business
the
expense.
chat. Yeah.
It's a business expense. It's that simple.
It'll be a tax write-off. So.
Don't fucking at us, right?
Yeah.
It's a business expense.
So
Thanks. Twitch.tv/Razanon.
You're welcome. Okay. Now I understand what your note meant. I thought you were referring to something else. And also we can't say this word, so let's just asterisk that out. So anyways. Okay, so any other announcements, TDS? Because we got a good, fun
no.
episode. No? Okay. So, boys, thank you all for the support. Call me Al with the sub. Skyline
Jesus.
with the gifty boy. I'm fucking so sure. Okay. And Mullet Proof Bunk, who has just gifted 100 subs to this program,
Got my finger ready.
which is some scratch, has also cheered an incredible 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bits, also known as 12,345 fucking bits, dude. Let's go. My fucking goodness. Mullet, what are you doing, dude? Dude, what? This is crazy. This is insanity, dude. 100 gifted subs, 12,345 bits. That is a lot of scratch, dude. I guess Mullet is feeling festive. I have my Santa hat on. I have my Christmas tree here. Everyone's in the holiday spirit, I suppose. And Mullet is maybe off one on the eggnog, the spiked eggnog. That would explain these expenditures. But yeah, in all sincerity, Mullet, I really fucking appreciate it, dude. You're fucking nuts, bro. That is a lot of money. Jesus Christ. Mullet, it means a lot. It helps a lot, dude. This is very helpful, especially now at this time. Because we'll
get into it at some point.
We got the website, some other shit going on, which we will, of course, get into pretty soon. Probably episode 100. But any kind of support of that kind is very helpful. Always, but especially now. So I really appreciate it, man. And thank you a lot, dude. Let's just say my end of the year bonus was probably more than you make in a year. Oh, it was certainly more than I make in a year.
So it was $10,000.
It was greater than $10,000 United States dollars. Yeah. Well, hey, Mullet, I appreciate you spreading the love, dude, and I'm happy you got a bonus. For you and
nice little Christmas bonus,
and clearly for me, because hey, now I get a Christmas bonus, right? So thank you, dude. Means a lot, brother. You're fucking nuts, for real. Thank you. And Skyline also with the 1,000 biddies, dude. Let's go, brothers. Nuts, animal, insane. Skyline. Thank you, dude. Welcome back this evening. 1,000 biddies. I appreciate the support, brother, and it is good to have you here. Thank you again. It means a lot right now, especially, boys. So we really appreciate that. Skyline, Mullet, Al, and everyone else who supported the program this evening or in the past. It means a lot, dude. Thank you, boys. So without further ado, if you were listening for the jingle, here it is. All right. So, today we're going to be talking about season 1. Now, normally the program is on Wednesdays, but season 1 dropped, what was it? Tuesday night at 11 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I wouldn't, or was it Wednesday or Tuesday night? My schedule has been so fucked. Okay.
You've been so dumb this week. I can't believe how dumb you've been.
I don't understand what's going on with my
the dumbest
conception of
you've
time.
ever been. Yeah, you're fucked this week.
Yeah, for sure. That's absolutely true. But yeah, what was I going to say? So anyways, we postponed this episode until tonight, Thursday night instead of Wednesday, so that we would both have an opportunity to play season 1 before we covered it. Because if we had done it on our regularly scheduled time, then we wouldn't have really played it at all. And we wanted to get some playtime in for some of the shit before we did the program. So that's why we postponed this episode, and that's why it's coming to you guys late, or later than usual, and we appreciate your patience. And nonetheless, here we are. We've played the patch, some. So we're going to start with playlist updates. There are quite a few, and there's a lot to talk about. First of all, Raid the Mall, cute little playlist name, is a new playlist.
It's terrible.
It is a 24/7 playlist of the map Mall at the Pines and Raid. Tanner and I have played both of these maps. These are both, well, these maps are both new to Cold War.
Okay, yeah.
Raid is a Black Ops 1 original remaster, and it's a fantastic map. And then Mall at the Pines is just a new ass map. So let's start with Mall at the Pines in this playlist, Tanner. What are your thoughts on this map?
Mall at the Pines. To start with, it shouldn't be in a 24/7 playlist with Raid. The map itself is fun. I like the look of everything. I like the lighting. I like the idea behind it. It's a cool place to put a map. I like how you can run in the shops and everything. But it plays like one of the worst maps on Black Ops because it should not be a 6v6 map. It makes zero sense. This map needs to be in Combined Arms. And I'm kind of thinking maybe this will be added to Combined Arms, kind of like what they did with Miami.
Yeah.
Once they see all these people complain about it, it's almost like they just wanted to throw it in this playlist since it was a new map, and they know damn well it's way too big for 6s. So I think that'll be coming to Combined Arms at some point because it does not belong in 6s. It's too long. It's too vertical. There's too, like I just said about the stores, there's a lot of those, which makes it terrible for 6v6. If it was 12s, though, Combined Arms, it would be perfectly fine, I think.
Yeah.
But it's just, it takes you, the first time I played it, I think it took me 40 or 50 seconds to see somebody. I was just running around. I'm like, I don't know where these people are even coming from. This is, Jesus fucking Christ. I'm like, I don't even know where these people are coming from. Like, what the hell is going on right now?
Yeah.
So it's a really cool map. Like I had guessed before this came out, I was like, oh, I think Maul's going to be like an interesting map, like a typical Treyarch map, like cool lighting. It looks really good. It just needs to be in Combined Arms. If it was in Combined Arms, it would possibly be my favorite Combined Arms map, actually. So there's nothing wrong with the map. It just doesn't belong in 6s. So that's where I'm at with it.
Yeah. Yeah. So, well, notoriety, thank you. We will get to that in one moment, sir. You guys are, I don't know what's going on this evening. Okay, so Mall at the Pines. I'm not sure I'm as optimistic as Tanner. So number one, I do think that this will be a Combined Arms map. Because if they made Miami a Combined Arms map, they have to make this map a Combined Arms map. It's just not going to be it's probably not going to be till like season 2. And that's what's annoying. So there's just and they're not going to take it out of 6s. So this massively pollutes the 6s pool because exactly like Tanner said, Mall at the Pines is way too big for 6s. However, even if it was fucking Combined Arms, would it be a good map? I'm not really sure, honestly, because we've avoided this playlist because this map is so big that I don't even want to play it in 6s. So I can't evaluate how good it would be for Combined Arms because I just haven't played it enough.
Well, we were having difficulty queuing for it last night because whenever it came up, people would just leave the lobby. Like we were sitting there.
Yes.
Like the second day of season 1, we were trying to queue for Raid and Mall, and we were sitting in a lobby waiting for minutes, and it wouldn't queue. So we had to go play Combined Arms. Couldn't find a lobby because people kept leaving when it came to that map.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Exactly. So we just haven't played it enough. I think it would be probably fine for Combined Arms, though. But it doesn't stand out to me as like a good map, to be honest. The layout's kind of weird. It's not super 3 lanes. There's a lot of like small little rooms, a lot of verticality. Like yeah, the layout's very unorthodox, and I think it will probably be fine for Combined Arms. I don't think it's going to be great, though. Like Miami, I think actually plays quite well for Combined Arms, honestly.
Yeah, it does. Miami's a fun Combined Arms
I like
map
it
now.
on Combined Arms, yeah. But on 6s, it's just way too big. But with this map, I think it'll be fine for Combined Arms. It'll be better than Crossroads, but it's not going to be better than any of the other Combined Arms maps, in my opinion.
But look, we hated Miami when it was in 6s. Like, I thought it was the worst map in the game, but now just changing it to 12s make it play that much better. So I don't know. Makes it whatever. I've already had too much to drink.
Yeah, clearly. Yeah.
But yeah, so that's, I don't know. I think it'll end up being really good.
Yeah. We just got to hope it comes to Combined Arms as soon as possible, I would say. Because I'd rather have it in the Combined Arms playlist than not. Because we need more than 4 fucking Combined Arms maps.
For sure.
And then Raid is the other map. Raid from Black Ops 1. Many of you may be familiar with this map. What are your thoughts on Raid, Tanner?
One more thing on Mall that chat reminded me of. We didn't play any sort of like objective game mode on it. So maybe there's a reason too why it was hard for us to come across people. We only played TDM and kill confirmed, which should just be erased from the game. We never played hardpoint, Dom. So maybe it would play better on those. I mean, you'd be running into people more often, but regardless, it's still too big.
Yeah. Yeah, agreed. And then what about Raid? Oh, is
So
Raid
Raid-
BO2? Yeah, I think it was BO2, actually. You're right. Thank you, Swag.
There's really nothing to say about Raid because it's a good thing because they didn't change anything with it. I think the only thing they changed is the water and the swimming pool. You can swim in it now. Like you can go down underwater, whereas before you could just run in it or something.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
But Raid plays perfect. They didn't put any fucking graffiti on the wall like they were saying in Discord. They didn't change anything with it.
Yeah.
It plays perfect. We didn't play that map a whole lot either, but I was having a lot of fun. Brought back memories from when we were in like middle school playing that game.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I had a really good time. It's just an all around good map. They didn't ruin it. And I'm excited to play that map more. I want them to add more sixes maps in, so I want to play sixes because right now I don't. But it's great to have in the rotation. Really good, solid, top all-time Call of Duty map. So I'm happy it's in the game.
Agreed. So yeah, my point on Raid is it's just such a good map that you can't fuck it up. They just literally copy and pasted it from BO2, and it's fantastic. Like, they didn't change literally anything. They didn't even change the style. Like, not only did they not change the structure, but like they didn't change the style. Like, it's the same car. It's probably not, but everything's just exactly the same, except just remastered, and it plays super well. It's a great map, and I'm glad to see it back. I still have the only question of, I wonder if that'll be a Combined Arms map as well. Probably a little too small. I remembered it being kind of bigger, but once I start playing it, I'm like, it's not that big, you know? I don't know. Do you think it would be good for Combined Arms?
Wait, Raid?
Yeah.
No, absolutely not. Who said that?
I did.
Oh, no, of course not. No.
Interesting.
It is absolutely
I think
a
it is too small.
map.
Yeah. Because when I was talking about Raid, I was saying this might be a good Combined Arms map, but now that I've played it again and I have like a fresh perspective, yeah, it would be too small. Especially like fighting at mid in that little like fucking Zen rock garden or whatever. That would be such a shit show. So yeah, just a great map. I'm glad to see it back.
Yeah.
So that's
Agreed.
Playlist update number 1. Now before we get there, a breaking news segment here. Twitch.tv TTV_notoriety. Twitch.tv/TTV_notoriety. Change it. He's going to. Has also joined in with the holiday spirit coursing through his soul, dude. With 100 gifty boys, dude. Hit it, bitch. Hit it. Let's go, dude. Let's fucking go. Dude, note, you absolute mad cunt, dude. TTV_notoriety. 190 gifted subscriptions to this program because he's also dumb, right? Mullet, note, I very much appreciate it, dude. Note, you're fucking insane. I hope you got a sizable Christmas bonus as well to be just fucking tossing cash around like that. But regardless, you're fucking insane, dude. I love you. I appreciate you. Note's been here quite a while, by the way. Longtime supporter of the program. And he is apparently feeling very festive this evening. So, notoriety, in all sincerity, Merry Christmas, bitch. I love you. I appreciate you. And thank you for the undying support, brother. It means a lot. Skyline, the 50 biddies, and Race the Train coming back. 400 biddies. Let's go, dude. Boys, insane. This is an insane program tonight. I really appreciate it, boys. Maybe it's Thursday night, dude. Maybe Thursday night's got people fucked up, dude.
Yeah, well, Thursday from now on, I guess.
The program is officially changing schedules. Notoriety, Skyline, Race. Thank you, boys. I love you and appreciate you. And now let's move on. Our next playlist.
Oh my God, Gift already posted a picture of your chair in the memes channel.
Okay, let's move on. Join the fucking Discord if you want to see the memes, of course. The link is in the show notes. Playlist updates. Combined Arms Hardpoint. So, this is Combined Arms, and you play Hardpoint on it. I suspected it would play similarly to Assault, and it pretty much does, I would say. What are your thoughts on Combined Arms Hardpoint? Because we've played it quite a bit.
I thought it was really fun, but again, it comes down to we need more maps for this playlist because so it plays really, really well in Miami. Actually, like it's a ton of fun. We were getting hyped up. I think that was the last game we played last night, wasn't it? When we were trying to
shoot Hayden's
we were trying to get that dub. Yeah. When we were playing with Sal, Gabe, you, Ben, that was a lot of fun. So it plays really well on that map, but then you go to like Armada, and there's no reason they should even have Hardpoint on that map. Because they put the locations in the worst spots. Like 3 of them are in the middle of the water. Like actually at like one little random ship in the like the northwest and like southeast corners of the map. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Just take it out of the rotation. But I think we did it on Cartel too, right? Yeah, we did. We did.
Okay.
Yes. I think so. So Miami and Cartel both played really well with Hardpoint. It's a really good idea. I'm happy they added it to the game. But like with certain maps, like I said, Armada, it doesn't belong there. And Crossroads, I don't think we had a chance to play it.
Crossroads, yeah. We haven't gotten a chance.
Crossroads. Yeah, I wonder if it would make that map decent, actually. It would still be better than Armada regardless, because it's not in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a cool game mode. It's a good idea. I like that they added it because we really like Combined Arms.
Agreed. So, yeah, I have nothing. I don't have much to add here. Combined Arms Hardpoint it's good. It's fun. It plays about as I would expect it to. It doesn't last as long as Combined Arms Assault, which is unsurprising. But it plays very similarly, I would say. So yeah, I like it. I'm glad it's in the rotation. It's a good idea, and I'm glad they went with it for sure. So yeah, that's good. Also, Nuketown Christmas 24/7. So it's just Nuketown 24/7 with the Christmas makeover. Now Tanner and I both have interesting perspectives on this, which is interesting. Tanner, Nuketown Christmas edition. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, so I like the Christmas theme. It's fun to play on maps like that. With all the lights everywhere. Well, there's entirely too many lights, right? There's a ton. They're everywhere. They're hanging Christmas lights inside the bedrooms, all over the walls. Just fucking settle down. But I think Raz is going to be furious, which is what we disagree on. I think the visibility on this is much better than regular Nuketown, and I think it's because we don't have the giant ass bright sun shining and blinding me when I look certain directions, and just I think the sun tends to make certain corners a lot darker
because of the shadows. Interesting.
Yeah, because of the shadows. Whereas when it's nighttime, like it is right now, it's all the same, so nothing changes basically.
Yeah.
So the visibility still isn't ideal, but I was having no trouble seeing people. We also didn't get to play this a whole lot. We played maybe 3 rounds of it.
Yeah.
But I had no trouble seeing anybody. I never got mad for not being able to see somebody hiding in a corner. So I thought it played really well. I love these versions of the maps. Like I've said in the past, I love Winter Crash. It's one of my favorite Call of Duty maps ever. And, you know, it's fun having this winter or Christmas Nuketown in there too. So it plays well.
Yeah. So what I was referencing was our predictions. So your prediction was the visibility was going to be worse, but after all, you think it looks better. The visibility is higher. My prediction was that the visibility was going to be higher, and to me, the visibility is actually worse. So we still disagree, but we just swapped positions,
Yeah.
which I thought was funny. Because I was like, because I played a couple rounds of Nuketown before Tanner got on, and I was like, Tanner, you're right. You were right, by the way. The Nuketown visibility is worse now. And he's like, oh, actually, it's better. So we both like flipped, which was interesting. I don't have the most trouble in the world seeing people. It feels like I'm playing M-Dub. Let's put it that way. So it's really bad, but it's,
it's terrible. Yeah.
Sometimes passable. I think it's worse than the regular Nuketown though. But, as far as the theme goes, it's cute, whatever. I don't care about that shit though. But yeah. I thought the visibility was worse. I will say though, most people agree with Tanner. Most people think the visibility is better on the Christmas Nuketown than the traditional one or the Cold War one. So that's just something to keep in mind. But other than that, it's Nuketown. Not much to say. And the next is Prop Hunt. Tanner and I have not played this. I don't think we have any comments, but it's in the game now.
We probably never will play it.
That's correct. And then also Gunfight is added, but there is no tournament. So we want to stress that. Gunfight's in the game. There is no tournament. Tanner and I have not played Gunfight yet either. So not really much to say there. We will probably not play it until there's a Gunfight tournament, if there does come such a time. Yeah. But I'm sure it plays fine. But yeah, we haven't given it a shot yet. So
I actually haven't heard anything about it. I almost forgot it was added in. So there must not be many people playing it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Not like Modern Warfare when it was a fresh new game mode and everybody was talking about it for the first month.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. That's not the case anymore. So that's playlist updates. And now we're going to get into patch notes. And there was a pretty considerable patch. Or two, actually. One was considerable, one wasn't. But there's we've cherry picked some of the important shit. As always, we're not going to go through all the patch notes, but I've picked out some things that are worth discussing. Oh, am I on Google Chrome? Hold on one second, boys. I got to open this in Firefox. 1 second. So I guess we're playing multiplayer tonight. I kind of want to play Combined Arms.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
We'll cue how we did last night. We'll just select everything whenever comes up.
Yeah, for sure. So, anyways, here we go, boys. Patch notes. First of all, assault rifles. AK-47, reduced headshot multiplier, and reduced damage for the 20-inch Spetsnaz RPK barrel. So the AK-47 got nerfed. Reduced damage is interesting. The AK was really good. This is a sensible way to nerf a gun, in my opinion. And I think the AK is probably going to still be good. But it has been nerfed. Krig 6, again, reduced headshot multiplier. Again, I don't have an issue with this. I think this is a good way to nerf a gun without gutting it. So I think these guns are still both going to be good. Just not as good.
Which I think reducing the headshot multiplier for almost every gun in the game is an okay thing to do. So
yeah, especially in this game, I agree.
Yeah, we have no problems with these.
Yeah. And then the FFAR, which was the FAMAS, which got really heavily nerfed a couple weeks ago, has been brought back up in some way. Increased damage ranges, pretty substantially, by the way, and reduced recoil, pretty substantially, by the way. Now, I haven't used my own FFAR since the this buff, but I did pick one up because I was emptying my clip into so many enemies, so many ops, that I had to pick up a gun off the ground. So I picked up a FAMAS, FFAR, and it's a substantial buff. A substantial buff. It felt fucking good, dude. It was crispy. Yeah. The recoil was reduced a lot. A lot. And the damage ranges, I mean, they felt good. And the data that I've seen on the increase to damage ranges is pretty fucking significant. Like a pretty significant buff. So the FFAR is very good again. I don't know if it's the best AR in the game now, but it's definitely like in the conversation again, I would say. Because whatever nerfs they did, they really brought it back to life with these changes. Have you used it at all post buff? I would assume
it was the same. It was the same thing for me. I picked it up from somebody's body, and I got like a few kills with it. I'm like, oh my god, this gun is it's so good. Like the iron sights are great. It's easy to track people because of the sights. And yeah, the damage range and everything seemed fine. It didn't feel like a BB gun like it did for a few weeks. So. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the FFAR is good again. And I'm glad because I liked it before the nerf. So now I think I like it again. So that's good.
Yeah.
Next up here, SMGs. Milano. Increased effective damage ranges. Same with the KSB and the Bullfrog. Now, I'm going to keep it a buck. Not sure how I feel about this. Not sure how I feel about this. One thing in particular that I was seeing on the Twitterverse after these buffs were that the KSP is really nasty now.
Yes, I saw that too.
Yeah. So the Milano, KSP, and Bullfrog, they all just got increased effective damage ranges. That's a big way to buff a gun. I don't have values at this time for how much they increase the damage ranges, but at least with the KSB, it was noticeable enough to where people were like, holy shit, this gun is good now. Tanner, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I heard the KSP is almost unbeatable up close now. So I don't know if the overall damage was increased too or what else they did, but people are saying that it's nutty up close as well. But I actually do think, as much as it is good to have SMGs act and perform like SMGs, I think some of these, they did need a buff to their damage range. Like the Bullfrog was pretty good up close, but it also has quite a bit of recoil, and the damage drop off was pretty substantial. So I'm happy they did that. And the Milano, just the fire rate's terrible on that gun. It needs something else to make it a lot better. So I'm okay with all of these. The KSP I do think will be annoying though. I was getting shredded by that quite a bit yesterday, actually.
Yeah.
Like one bursted often, which is insane. So that one may be annoying, but I do think the Milano and the Bullfrog needed it.
I feel like maybe the Milano needed it. The Bullfrog has always felt really gross to me. I'm not sure it needed it, to be honest. And I don't like, I mean, these are still probably fine, but if they continue to increase the ranges of SMGs, there's going to be no reason to use an AR.
Yeah,
that's what I worry about. So I think for now we're fine, but just keep your eyes peeled on this. If SMGs get more damage range buffs, we might be back to MDub, where there's no reason to use an AR unless you're playing fucking Ground War or Warzone. So we'll see, but these are interesting. I've used the KSP a little bit and it does feel really good now. So keep those in mind. Next up here, tac rifles. M16 reduced maximum effective damage and reduced the fire rate. And the AUG reduced headshot multiplier, maximum effective damage range, and fire rate. And then they also reduced the damage for the 19.8 inch task force, barrel. And then they also adjusted barrel attachments, nerfed, that improve fire rates for tac rifles. So the M16 and the AUG got nerfed unambiguously. But talk on the Twitterverse is not quite enough. Not quite enough. So what are your thoughts on these changes, Tanner?
I haven't tried the M16, but I was using the AUG immediately before the patch and then after when they did that. And it hardly felt different. It felt different at range, but up close it still shreds, which I don't know if the issue was ever range. I guess it was, because I guess you're getting one bursted medium to long distances, but also it's like you will usually get the kill on somebody with an SMG up close if you hit your burst. Like I feel like you'll outgun most people unless they're using a Spaz or something, a Spaz 12. So I don't know if it was just the damage range. It just does too much damage in general. The fire rate feels exactly the same to me. I didn't even notice that. I actually didn't notice it was even in the patch notes. But I was noticing it was taking like 3 to 4 bursts at range to kill people, whereas before it was usually 2, or if you're lucky, it was 1 sometimes. But it still shreds up close. I mean, you'll still one burst somebody within like 15, 20 meters. So it's still really good. I don't know if it was enough, but maybe it's enough for people not to use it as much.
I think that's probably true, but you and I both agree on this. The problem with the tac rifles was never the fire rate, because what made the AUG and the M16 OP is if you got one bursted, which would happen often, and which still does happen often, by the way. So reducing the fire rate doesn't matter if I die in one burst. I don't care what your fire rate is. I'm dead in one burst. The problem is the one burst potential. Now, the way Tanner and I would have nerfed this gun was to make the hitbox for one burst kills smaller. Because right now, it seems like it's like sternum up, you get a 1 burst. They could have brought that to like, you know, upper chest up is a 1 burst. And if you don't land that, then you have to do 2 bursts. That would be a way better way to balance it, because then you would be rewarding players who land an accurate burst, and then it would be really good, but you had to land the accurate burst for it to be really good. So reducing the fire rate, like, again, if I'm still getting 1-tapped, this doesn't matter. It's not a nerf at all, really. The only thing you're nerfing is like multi-kill potential. But, you know, I don't know. I don't like these nerfs, but I'm also not like mad at them. It's not bad that they nerfed them in this way, but I think they could have done a better job. And I think these tac rifles are still both very good. It certainly didn't gut them, which is good. I didn't want them to be gutted. But I still think they are probably too effective, which is annoying. But this is still a new patch, so we'll have more thoughts on that at a later date. So, nonetheless, that is that. LMGs and snipers. The M60 increased ADS speed and weapon swap speeds, so you can take out the M60 faster. So if you're going from your pistol to your M60, it comes out faster. And then Sniper Rifle Charlie, which is the M82, which is the Barrett, increased damage multiplier for the upper chest to allow for a 1-hit kill without attachments. 22.6-inch Tiger Team barrel will now increase 1-hit kill zone to upper arms. See, they're already aware of these 1-hit kill zones. This is what they should have been thinking about with attack rifles. And recoil adjusted for higher shot power, meaning it has more recoil now. So we'll start with the M60. Any thoughts on this?
Well, I did notice I was getting shit on last night by that kid named Tanner sitting in a corner with an M60. So it seemed really good. I've hardly seen anyone use that gun, but I was getting absolutely destroyed by it. So I don't know if buffing LMGs was a good thing, but we'll see. The snipers, the Tundra, and the Pellington, I think, are plenty good. They don't need anything changed. Well, they don't need to be buffed. That's
they don't
for
need
sure.
to be buffed. Yeah, I was about to throw my.
They need to be nerfed, if anything.
Yeah.
But the M82 was just dog shit, which is strange because the Tundra and the Pellington are just so good, and then they made the Barrett just so bad. Which, you know, if it did the same amount of damage as a semi-automatic, then it would be the most busted gun in the game. So I'm glad it was bad, and they buffed it in a way where it's still not overpowered at all. It's actually still pretty bad compared to the other two.
Yes.
But it'll make it a more viable option, because that's the sniper I'm trying to level up right now, and it's pretty bad at like level 30, maybe I'm at in the 20s. I don't know. But it's absolutely horrendous right now.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with these changes, as much as I think the other two are overpowered snipers.
I agree. So for the M60, increased weapon swap speeds is good, but it's not the end of the world. But increased ADS speed, it probably needed it. The M60 is still a balanced LMG. I think all of the LMGs are overpowered. That's the hot take here. So if we're going to keep LMGs as disgusting as they are, then this is a good way to buff the M60, because the M60 has a fuck ton of recoil. A fuck ton. And that's how it's balanced. It's like the VKM from BO4. Slow fire rate, lots of recoil, hits like a truck.
Yes.
So they've increased the ADS speed, but not too much. I think the M60's relative to the other two LMGs, the M60 is like pretty balanced. It's still probably worse than both of the other two. So the increased ADS speed is not a big deal to me. Number one. Number two, with the Barrett, they increased the they increased the one-shot kill zone, so it's easier to get one-shot kills. But also, they gave it a lot more recoil to balance that out. So now you can't use it like a fucking DMR like you used to be able to. But you're also going to get one-shot kills way more often. So this is exactly how you balance a gun correctly, is what they did with this Barrett. They gave it more killing potential, and they also gave it quite a bit more recoil to account for that. So you can't just follow up shot like super easily anymore to account for how much more reliably it'll one tap. So I think the changes to the Barrett are perfectly good. And I really liked how they did that. That was like the perfect way to change a gun. It was immediately noticeable that it had more recoil to me. And it was immediately noticeable that it did more damage.
Yeah.
So that was good. What else do we have here? Real quick, Aussie Menace with the tier 2 6-month Reno. OG status win? Question mark? Now, Aussie, you bitch. Now. Aussie, the Gold Badger, 6 months subscribed on twitch.tv/Razanon with the tier 2. Any Razano Kers in the chat? Aussie, thank you, you sick cunt, you bloody ripper. I am honored, humbled, and privileged, dude. Welcome back, Aussie. We love you. Streamer, by the way. Aussie Menace, one word. I appreciate it, Aussie. Thank you, dude. It means a lot, brother. I appreciate you. And all of my Australian listeners. Our Australian listeners, I should say. Let's move on here. Pistols. The Magnum. Increased effective damage ranges and fire rate. And then for shotguns, the Hauer 77, the pumper, decreased damage range, and they also they decreased the base damage range for the Hauer, and they decreased the damage range for the 25.2 inch Task Force barrel. And for the SPAS 12, decreased the damage range, the fire rate, and the range for the Task Force barrel. And then they've also, for both shotguns, adjusted barrel attachments that improve fire rates for shotguns, so they've made them worse. They increase the fire rate less. So pistols, shotguns, Tanner, what are your thoughts?
The Magnum, I think, needed it. I'm okay with that. It was a terrible gun before. You can two-tap people almost always now if you're within, pistol range. Don't expect to be sniping people, obviously, but if you're within like SMG, pistol, shotgun range, you can two-tap people to the chest easily. So I think that's good. The shotgun nerfs, hey, we take those, right? We fucking take those always. I'm a big fan of that. I guess the damage rate. Okay, yeah. So the SPAS had the fire rate decrease. That was probably the biggest thing it needed. I haven't tried it since then, but it may feel exactly the same, but it needed that badly, especially when you had the extended mags, like fucking 12 shells just running into a room, spraying everybody down. It was almost fully automatic, so definitely needed a decreased fire rate. But adjusted barrel attachments that improve fire. Okay, yeah, so they nerfed it 2 ways there. That's fantastic. If you use certain barrels.
Yeah.
What I want to know is why are they still calling one the Hauer 77 and the other Shotgun Bravo?
Great question.
I'm genuinely just confused at this point. Like, does this have some sort of meaning that we don't know about? I don't get it. Why are they doing this?
Because they're dumb and incompetent.
It's fucking stupid. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyways, Magnum. The Magnum cannot get a one-shot headshot kill, which is very annoying. I've tested this many times. I'll take out
you miss.
No, I'll take out my Magnum on some dude sniping on Armada. I'll walk right up to his head. I'll literally be standing on him, headshot him, and it's not a one-shot kill. That needs to change. Otherwise, the Magnum's not worth using. Because you can very reliably get a 2-tap with it. Maybe that doesn't need to change, actually. Yeah, I take it back. Never mind. The Magnum did need love, though. Because what the Magnum's really good for, especially now, is if you weaken someone, but you're dry, you switch to the Magnum, and as long as they're weak, you can finish them in one Magnum hit. So it's good for that. I actually kind of like having it. It's not better than a 1911, but it is nice because I'll like dump my MAC-10 clip and get like 4 kills, and then the fifth dude comes, and I'll dump the 2 bullets into him, so he's weak, but I'm dry. So I'll switch to the Magnum, shoot him once, and then he's dead. So that's what the Magnum is good for. But it needed this love. Increased effective damage ranges, probably didn't need that. That probably doesn't matter. But the fire rate it did need. So now it's It's not worth using. 1911 is still better, but they increased the fire rate by a lot, so that's good. For the Hauer, the pump was I don't know. It feels the same. I still get one shot by it every time. It kill yourself if you use a shotgun in a video game, of course. And then Shotgun Bravo, also known as the SPAS 12, they didn't do enough. They just didn't do enough. It's still as disgusting as it ever was. It feels no different dying to it. I haven't used either of these shotguns since the changes, to be fair, but I've died to them, and it feels exactly the same. I think, like you said, Tanner, decreasing the fire rate of the SPAS 12 is the way to balance that gun. And they tried that, but decrease it more, right? Decrease it more. Because it can still one-tap you. And if you're weak, it will one-tap you. So do
you think it needs an overall damage?
No, fire rate. More fire rate decrease. I think it needs to have an even slower refire rate. Because it's still too fast, it seems like to me. Maybe not. I haven't used it yet. But it needs to be changed in some way more. It needs to be nerfed harder. And I think that's probably going to be a little slower of a fire rate. Whatever step down they took, take it again, and then it'll probably be roughly... I mean, take shotguns out of the game, right? But if they did that, I think it would be roughly good to go. So, anyways. This one is interesting. Reduced the amount of player knockback when being damaged by bullet weapons. That's a good change.
Fantastic, actually.
Yeah. Nothing really to say here other than this is a good thing. And it's also quite noticeable. I think Ace did some testing on it, and he was saying, yeah, you get knocked back a lot less now, which is good. So we're just happy to see that for sure.
Now they need to make it so when I get hit with the butt of somebody's gun, I can turn and I'm not just frozen solid staring that direction for 3/4 of a second, right?
Yeah.
Because that's almost more annoying than the knockback.
True. Very true. Moving on here, perks. Flak Jacket, reduced explosive damage, mitigation, because people were whining they couldn't get direct impact RPG kills. Forward intel, which is another red perk. Increased viewable minimap area.
Jesus, more?
Yes, exactly my thought. That's very interesting. Ninja, here's the controversy. Ninja, removed protection from field mic detection. So field mic will work on you with Ninja in the same way it would work on you if you had no perks. And then Spycraft, which is another yellow perk, added, not protection, added full immunity to field mic detection. If you're using Spycraft, you will not ever appear on a field mic's radar. Tanner, perk changes, your thoughts?
Okay, so forward intel, it still isn't that
Flak
great
Jacket.
of a perk, really. Yeah, okay, well, forward intel, even with a bigger minimap, I don't know, it's still probably not worth running that perk. That is a really good change, though. The minimap area was already, what was it, like you saw 70% more or something?
Yeah.
It was a large amount.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty insane. Flak Jacket. The only thing I noticed last night, I didn't notice myself dying more often because of the change, but I did notice I was getting a shitload of Semtex kills, like way more than normal. I was getting a lot of sticks, which led to double kills. I was just getting way more kills in general. So that's got to be something to do with the Flak Jacket change, because I pretty much forgot about it. And then it got brought up somehow, and I was like, oh shit, maybe that's why I'm getting so many Semtex kills tonight, because it feels like I'm just getting a kill every time I fucking lob one.
Yeah.
So it seems fine. I don't know. I didn't have anything to complain about when I was running Flak Jacket. So yeah, this Ninja Spycraft stuff, this is what is interesting, because Ninja is already so good, since you can't hear their footsteps. So it doesn't make any sense that you would remove the protection from field mic, since there's no footsteps to pick up, right? It's a microphone. It doesn't make any sense, but they had to somehow balance it. So I think this is actually a really good change. It's so good that I think it makes running field mic pretty smart. I actually may switch to field mic and try this out, because most people are still going to run Ninja no matter what. They want the quiet footsteps. They're not going to switch to Spycraft. because they're just going to think, oh, what's it matter? Not that many people run field mics. But I think what it's going to be is more people are going to start running field mics because of this reason. Now, Spycraft, I've almost never ran. I know Raz was talking about this a lot last night, so I don't know a ton about how it works, so he can explain that. But I think this makes field mic really good without really ruining the Ninja perk, because nobody thought about that when it came to Ninja.
Yes.
So the Ninja perk is still fine. You're just running it so they don't hear your footsteps. But that may change up some people's classes right there. And then Spycraft, you can do a bunch of other shit. So I guess it's just adding on to what you can do with it, because they probably noticed that nobody was running the perk, not taking advantage of what it had. So that's what I think about that. But I want you to explain the Spycraft stuff you were talking about last night.
Okay. Yes. So I agree with you. These were great changes, but let's take these one by one here. Flak Jacket, reduced explosive damage mitigation. This was needed, honestly. I run Flak Jacket. I'm still going to run Flak Jacket. They didn't gut Flak Jacket. It is still worth running, and it will still save your life. But it worked too well. It made explosives like useless if someone had Flak Jacket on. Like, you could take like no damage. So this was a good change, and they didn't reduce the mitigation too much. So you have to be a little more afraid, but it's still worth running for sure on Flak Jacket. Forward intel, increased viewable minimap area. I don't have much to say. Forward intel before this change, you saw a fuck ton more minimap. So now you see even more. It's like the whole map is just going to be on your minimap, which I don't know. I guess that's cool.
Make a drink.
It's just probably not worth running, in my opinion. And seeing more of the minimap will not make it more worth running. Now, Ninja in Spycraft, I absolutely agree with what Tanner said. 100%. What was good about this change was that they took a really good thing from Ninja and gave it to a perk that no one used, Spycraft. So, just like Tanner said, Ninja is still worth running. You're still quiet as fuck. So if people are sound whoring you, they won't hear you running around. That's still a very good perk, even if you're detectable by field mics. So Ninja's still worth running, even though it got nerfed. And then giving it to Spycraft gives you real incentive to run a perk that you would otherwise probably never run. Now, full immunity to field mic detection? I'm not sure how I feel about that yet. That seems really strong. Because Spycraft gives you full immunity to all field upgrades. You don't trigger prox mines. You don't trigger gas mines. And now you're undetectable by field mics. So you just don't have to worry about field upgrades at all, which is interesting. Now, I've been running perk greed on all my classes, and I was running Ghost and Ninja for my yellow perks. After Season 1, I swapped Ninja for Spycraft, and it is quite nice. We mostly play combined arms, where people are not able to sound whore as much, so Ninja's not that important anyway. So I thought, fuck it, I'm just going to run Spycraft, because I think more people will switch to Field Mic. I switched to Field Mic, and it's getting me a lot of kills, because most people are not willing to switch to Spycraft. So Field Mic's just going to detect more people now. So I would tell all of you listening, run Field Mic, because you're going to detect way more people than you used to, because no one's going to stop running Ninja, because they can't read, and they won't know this change happened. And also, run Spycraft, or consider doing so if you're running Perk Greed. If you play sixes, this is a real tough call about what to run, because Ninja's way better in sixes than it is in combined arms. But Spycraft's really good. You can, not only do you not trigger prox mines or gas mines, but you can hack enemy field upgrades. And I've done this many times. I will hack a jammer, a field mic, put down my own field mic, hack a prox mine, and hack a gas mine in one life. I've done this. And then these things just get you kills. They're like free kills. Also, you're immune to counter UAV and jammers. That's great.
I didn't know you were immune to counter UAV.
Yes, you're immune.
Okay, I'm going to switch to that perk tonight when we play combined arms. So
you should. Because here's what happened to me once upon a time. Season 1, before Season 1 happens, in that 30-minute interval, I was playing, and the harp would, whatever. The harp, I had a harp, okay, and I called in my harp, and they immediately counter UAV'd me, and I was mauled, because I wasn't running Spycraft. Now, if you're running Spycraft, and you call in a harp, or your teammate does, then there will be a counter UAV, and they'll think you can't use your harp anymore until you shoot down their counter UAV, but they would be wrong. Because I'm immune to counter UAV, so I'm still seeing the benefit of my harp, even though I haven't shot down the counter UAV. And it's almost like a double benefit because they think I can't see my harp because they know their counter UAV is up. But in reality, I can see my harp. So Spycraft is really fucking good. And I feel like counter UAVs are more popular in this game than they've ever been in any Call of Duty game, which makes me furious. But now I'm immune to it, and it's fucking fantastic. So I think Spycraft's a very good yellow perk. I think Ghost is the best one, unambiguously. I think Spycraft is definitely second place for combined arms. For sixes, I don't know what I would pick. It's real fucking tough. I would still probably run Ninja for sixes. But for combined arms, I think Spycraft is better than Ninja. But nonetheless, I'm very happy with this change. I think it's very well done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And again, the hacking field upgrades is so juicy because you do it, you don't have to like, it's not like EOD in MDub where you have to like hack it for like a time. You literally just press F and then it's instantly yours. Instantly yours. And it's really good because your field mic's only going to be up once every 3.5 minutes. But if you can hack people's field mics, you'll have a field mic the whole fucking game. It's disgusting.
I wonder
so it's really
for
good. It's really good.
I wonder if you're trying to get like high streaks, if at this point it's just better to run field mic then, since there's nobody immune to it unless they're running Spycraft. I feel like that's just better than Proximine now. Because if you know somebody's there and you have the advantage, even if you can't hear their footsteps, you're usually going to get the kill on them. Whereas, you know, because you'll know where they're coming from, you'll get the jump on them. Whereas a Proximine, it's like, honestly, probably 75% of the time they don't work. They trip and they don't get the kill.
Yes.
I mean, when they get the kills, they can come at very important times, but maybe field mic is just going to be better for this.
I really think field mic's going to be better now because it's going to detect so many more people because people aren't going to run Spycraft, I don't think.
It's going to detect almost everybody, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I really think field mic's the way to go over Proximine now, for sure.
So field mic, Spycraft tonight. Got to remember that.
Yeah. So those are very good changes. Next here, interestingly, Frag Grenade and Molly slightly increased damage. It's probably fine. Not sure. It's probably fine. And then Stim Shot reduced heal speed, which is interesting. What are your thoughts on these, Tanner?
Frag Grenade, I think, did need a buff. I don't know if it needed a buff, though, since we got a nerf to Flak Jacket. I think it was more just that.
Exactly.
So it's going to be interesting to see if that's overpowered now, but hopefully not. I've used mostly Semtex for a while now, so I haven't had too much use with frags lately. Molotov slightly increased damage. I don't know. It probably needed it, right? Because it was shit before.
Molotovs are always shit, yeah.
The only time Molotovs are good is if you're playing like Headquarters or Hardpoint.
Yeah.
I think.
Yes, agreed.
Or I guess like Search, but who plays Search and Destroy in Cold War? Nobody. It's even in the game? Holy shit, does anyone play Search?
It is in the game, yeah.
I guess the CDL kids do.
Yeah, it's in the game.
Stim Shot reduced heal speed. I think this was good as well. It seems to heal now when you do Stim Shot. I think it heals the same speed that it does if you just let your health auto regen. So obviously when you auto regen, there's the delay. You get shot, you have to wait, 5 seconds, 6 seconds, and then your health automatically regens. And that speed after those 5 seconds, I believe, from what I noticed, is the same speed as Stim Shot now. So Stim Shot before was like, it felt like it healed you up full instantly. And it was something you noticed in gunfights, because I would shoot somebody, they would pop around a corner, they would literally pop back out a second later and be full health, and they would just shred me. And I would get so fucking mad. And it was because of that. So I think this is a good change. There's nothing wrong with that. And I'm happy they did that. Yeah.
Interesting. I kind of agree. It is annoying when you just fucking pepper someone. They go behind the corner, come, and you think they're weak and they're not because they stimmed.
Mhm.
That is annoying. So yeah, I think that's fun. And then yeah, the frag and the molly, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But those are probably fine. I don't think this is game breaking in any respect. So yeah, that's all good to go. Next, field upgrades. Field mic no longer detects users who are crouch walking, ADS walking, or swimming. That's a pretty big nerf to field mic. And then gas mine got some love. Increased damage. Removed the detonation delay, so it'll go off instantly once it's tripped.
Or just removed it, not even lowered it. Okay.
Exactly, yeah. And reduced how much a player will be slowed when affected by the gas. Okay, so a little bit of a mixed bag on the gas mine. Probably overall a buff, though. Tanner, what are your thoughts on these?
What do you mean overall a buff? It's a substantial buff. They're all buffs.
No, reduced how much a player will be slowed. So you move faster.
Reduced.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's for sure a buff still. Okay, so field mic. So everything we were just saying, I think people are going to read this and be like, oh, the field mic fucking sucks now. But when you really think about it, the area the field mic is detecting, the chances of somebody, maybe if you're playing sixes, the chances of somebody like in combined arms or in general, crouch walking an entire area that a field mic covers and you never picking them up even for a second is almost it. The chances are almost zero. Somebody ADS walking that, I could see somebody running up, getting in your field mic zone in some sense, and then ADSing and them disappearing. But you're still going to know they're there at some point. Swimming, I don't even know how that works. Yeah. It actually doesn't matter. Just don't even put that in the patch notes because it really doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well,
so yeah, take a page out of Ashton's book. Just leave it out.
Just leave all of it out. Just don't write
all of it. Yeah. There's a field mic up. There's a field mic.
Added field mic to the game.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this sounds like it's substantial, but really think about it. It's not. They're not going to be crouch walking all through your field mic. You'll pick them up at some point and you'll know they're there, and then they'll disappear and you'll say, oh, maybe that's even better. You'll think, oh, I know they're through this doorway to my left and they just disappeared. So they're probably ADSing at somebody else. I can run up behind them and get a kill. It doesn't matter.
Or just fucking sprint jump shot. They're going to be crouched. They can't move. You just fuck their ass. Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. Any ass fuckers. But gas mine was terrible before, which I was okay with because gas in video games is almost as annoying as shotguns as if it's used often. I still haven't seen anybody use this, so I'm fine with the increase in damage. The detonation delay I'm fine with as well. I never noticed how slow you move beforehand because, like I said, nobody ran it. Yeah. I've been gassed in this game since launch maybe twice, actually.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to say. So these changes are okay. Maybe it'll make people use gas. Probably not. It's still trash. So
the way to So field mic. I agree with everything Tanner said. It is a nerf, but it's not really substantial. And if someone is smart enough or patient enough to ADS walk through your entire field mic, they would have to know exactly where it's placed too. Like they're not going to ADS walk the whole thing. I don't know. I don't think that's that big of a deal at all. And then with the gas mine, they can buff it all they want. It's not going to matter because Tac Mask makes you immune to gas. And a lot of people run Tac Mask.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
So what they need to do to make gas mine even remotely viable. So don't use gas mine, chat. The only way they make this even considerable is if they make Tac Mask be resistant to gas rather than immune to it. That's way too strong. So they need to make Tac Mask like resistant. So you move faster. You take less damage, but you still take some, and you still have some impediment. So gas mine's still going to be shit. So they've just like missed the mark there catastrophically. Yeah. So, real quick, Brutal Smack. What up, you lint lickers? 3-month sub. Let's go, dude. Thanks, brother. What's up, dude? I don't know what a lint licker is. I've heard that phrase before. You're old,
female.
Right, Brutal? Wait, what?
Brutal's a female.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How did you know that?
So don't call her dude. Well, because she's in the Discord and she said she's a female and her picture is a female.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Bet. Oh, I think I know now. I think I remember. What's up,
Yeah.
Brutal? You're still a dude. It's a
There's a term to use.
no, what's it? It's called it's a gender neutral fucking noun. Doesn't matter. Brutal, thank you for the 3 months. Person, young lady, young man. You're a lady though. I'll take Tanner's word for it. I'm pretty sure I'm matching the name to the thing. Lint Liquor is from the old Orbitz commercial. Okay. Keep that in mind. Nonetheless, Brutal, thank you for the Subarino. I appreciate it. It means a lot. We've had some generosity on this program this evening, and it is very much appreciated. And I'm glad that you could be a part of it. And Merry Christmas to you. I appreciate the dude. Yeah. Equal opportunity here. You know?
Yeah.
Equal
We don't discriminate.
opportunity. Yeah. See, I don't think of you like an other. I don't other people like Tanner does. Like, oh well, actually that's a girl, so you have to make sure you VIP her, Raz.
Not
doing
I'll leak
it.
the group chat.
Not okay. Let's move on. Brutal, thank you. Thank you for the Subarino. I appreciate it for real. Okay, score streaks. Only one thing to talk about here: the HARP, high altitude reconnaissance plane. Shows both enemy positions and their directions on the minimap. So this is just a new score streak. It is called the HARP. It is also known as the Blackbird or the VSAT. It's different than an advanced UAV because it's better. And it's pretty fucking good. And it only costs 6,000 score. So it's easier to get than a chopper gunner and an attack helicopter, which is interesting. So Tanner, the HARP, what are your thoughts? You've run it, you've used it. Well, I've called it for you. So what are your thoughts on this streak?
So I got a HARP the very first game I ever equipped it immediately after it was released. I did. And the game following, actually. It's easy when you run Assassin. You can get gunship every game, and the highest kill streak you get is a 5. So the HARP is really good. So we all know it's just an advanced UAV, but they're always pinged. You always know where they're moving. It's a really good perk to run. Really helpful. If you just want to like buff your KD or something, then it doesn't matter. If you're trying to go for nukes or high kill streaks, it is absolutely what you should be running.
Yes.
With 6,000 score though, you won't get to it until you're pretty far into your streak usually. I mean, at that point you'll be probably 15 plus kills.
I was going to say on average, you'll be 15 to 20. You'll have your HARP. Yeah.
Which is good. Cause if you've gotten that many kills and if you get a HARP up, that could be the last thing you need to fucking drive those 30 kills home and get that new calling card.
Agreed.
So, it's really good to run. If you're not playing well, you won't ever get it. I guess that could be said for any of the high perks. The biggest thing with the HARP that I noticed is anytime my teammate or I have gotten one, it hasn't been shot down. So I still don't know the exact number of rockets it takes to shoot it down, but nobody's ever done it. And I'm not sure why, because you would think everybody on the enemy team would just be busting out a rocket launcher to shoot it down, since obviously they know they're shown on the map constantly. But nobody's done that yet. So it must take 4+ rockets to shoot down, you know? So you need a couple teammates that are thinking about it and doing it, not just one person. Unless they're just, you know, grabbing ammo off of an ammo refill or something, but that's never happened. So I think that's a good thing. Cause if it was 6,000 score and it would get shot down after 15, 20 seconds every time, then it doesn't belong in the game. There's no reason to have it if it's that bad. So I love the HARP. It's really good. Just don't run it if you're not trying to get streaks, cause it's kind of worthless other than that.
So my position on the HARP is it's really good. I mean, it works like a Blackbird did in past games, exactly the same. I initially thought 6,000 score is real cheap for a fucking Blackbird. Like, that's too easy for this streak. That was my initial thought. Then I started running it. Here's what happens. I call in my HARP. They call in their air patrol. I got 1 second of HARP, and it's gone. And it's gone.
Shit.
This has happened to me way more often than I had expected
Really?
for it to happen. Yes, it's very annoying. So they don't shoot it down with rockets. They just call in their air patrol, which kills all enemy air-based score streaks, gunship, chopper gunner, everything.
Immediately, too.
Call in air patrol. Yeah, just immediate. Oh, it's gone. So for that reason, the fact that air patrol exists justifies the relatively low cost of the harp. So I actually think this is, the score is appropriate because air patrol is in the game and counter UAV. Because if you're not running Spycraft, counter UAV would fuck you over too. Because even if you did shoot down the counter UAV, well, now your harp only has 15 more seconds or some shit. So I think the harp is like probably appropriately scored, and it's still really good, and it is absolutely worth running if you're going for a nuke for sure. Because again, like Tanner said, you're going to be pretty deep in your streak by the time you get it anyway, and then that's going to be like the perfect time to call it. So run this with War Machine and probably armor if you're going for a nuke calling card, or even like a 20. I would say this is worth doing. So that's been added to the game. It's a good streak and it's pretty well balanced. I like it. Also, Rebirth Island is here, which is a new Warzone map. There are 40 players on a very small map, and you can respawn, and last squad standing wins. There's no gas in the current playlist for this map. Tanner and I haven't played it yet because there were a fuck ton of bugs when Season 1 launched. Those have since been rectified, so we're not going to get into them. But nonetheless, I was pretty disappointed that there's no actual regular ass BR that is available on this map. And I am actually unclear on whether there will ever be like Warzone on Rebirth Island, where you drop in, there's gas, and it closes in. I don't know if that's ever coming, or if this map is only going to have the Rebirth game mode on it. So Tanner and I haven't played it. I've seen some streams of it. It looked fun. But again, as we talked about in our last episode, it would be a novelty for us, and it wouldn't be fun for very long. So I'm hoping to see regular BR come to the game. I've looked for answers on this, and I've gotten none. And I've talked to people who have given me conflicting reports. Oh, there will be regular Warzone. Oh, there won't be. No one knows. And this is par for the course with Treyarch and their dog shit inability to communicate. So Rebirth Island.
Activision.
Oh, yeah. Activision's what I meant, yeah. And also there's a limited time mode right now with rewards tied to it, similar to the Halloween event.
Oh,
so
yeah.
When
you
like
load
open
into crates or something.
Yes, exactly. So when you load into Warzone, you'll be prompted with that same like screen that shows all the rewards you can get, your progress, etc., which is cool.
Yeah.
So anyways, Tanner, Rebirth Island, what are your thoughts?
So shockingly enough, I haven't watched a single stream of Rebirth Island. Because at this point, like you're saying, I knew this whole transition was going to be a buggy disaster, that I almost don't care about anything Warzone related for probably 2 to 3 weeks until some of the basic bugs are figured out. I mean, Rebirth, it looks like a great map. I haven't seen it play though at all. And I've heard such conflicting ideas regarding it. Like, people either say, oh, this is fucking terrible, like it's so bad, and like people are saying in chat right now, like Sal just said, it plays fun as fuck. I saw a couple of other people in the Discord earlier saying, oh, this plays so much fun, this is so much better than Verdansk regular BR. But then there's just all sorts of people on Twitter saying it's terrible, like what is this game mode. I think what it comes down to, what I've seen the most, is that people say the map is okay, but the game mode is shit. So like it's basically like what you're saying. It needs some sort of regular BR, not like the squad wipe type respawn system they have now. Because I mean that, people think it's fun, but remember, a lot of people thought Plunder was fun when Warzone came out. If you want a game mode where you just respawn constantly, then you would just go play multiplayer.
Yes.
There's something about Warzone where it's like you have to play really well. You can't miss your shots because your life is on the line. If you lose, then you're gone. So I think that's what people like. So yeah, I definitely understand why people are excited about it now. But this respawn game mode, nobody will care about in a few weeks. I guarantee it.
I agree.
It'll be just like Plunder, which, yeah, we've loved Plunder when it came out. I was like, oh, dude, I would rather play Plunder than Warzone. That changed a week later.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I think this will be the same. Still, it's really cool they added this map. It looks really fun. I know people are saying they're going from like 150 average frames in Warzone to like 80. I'm like, dude, I don't want to try to stream with that. I hate getting low frames. I don't want my frames to go below 144 even. So if I'm going to be playing on 80, I would rather just go play multiplayer. I want to wait for them to fix that stuff, which I think they will. I mean, they fixed most of the PC crashing issues, which were a very large problem in this with the release of Cold War. They fixed those in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And effective immediately. I don't know if this is in your notes or not, but Infinity Ward is not doing updates on this anymore. Are you aware of that?
I am. I don't think it's in the notes though, so it's worth bringing up.
So going forward now, Warzone, the updates will be brought to you by Raven, Treyarch, and one other team.
Sledgehammer?
I don't know who it was. It wasn't Sledgehammer.
Beanox?
It was another random little team. I think it was Beanox, yes.
Yeah.
That I haven't really heard too much about. So I don't know if this means the R9 will get nerfed at some point, which we'll get into here in a second. I don't know. I think it all comes down to what Activision wants at this point. Maybe this whole year we've been hating on Infinity Ward. It's really all Activision's doing, not letting them do what they wanted to do. Because we're for sure going to find that out this year in Warzone, if it was Infinity Ward that was shit or if it's Activision. Because I'm starting to already lean towards Activision or the shit ones here, and Infinity Ward they have their hands tied, which is entirely possible.
Yes, that is possible.
So we'll see. But are Rebirth customs in the game yet? I don't think it is, huh?
No.
It's so unfortunate.
I know.
I don't know what we're going to do tomorrow. I was excited to do that. I was hoping we could do Rebirth customs for the Hangout.
Yeah, I know. I'll look into it again, but I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I have to say about Rebirth.
Okay. So, yeah. Sal is saying BR is already confirmed coming for Rebirth Island. I hope that's true, but Sal, I've heard that, and I've also heard the opposite. So I don't know. If someone can link me like proof, that would be great. And I could report that to the program coming soon. Because honestly, it's a real small map to do a BR on. Real small. It can be done, and it would be fun. It would be worth doing. But I could also see them saying it's too small to do that. So I don't know. But I hope it is coming. But they've been, reliably unclear this year.
Yes.
Also, an attack helicopter was added to the game, which we talked about. So we're not going to really talk about it again. I will say it is unlimited ammo. It does work on the reheat system or the overheat system. And also it doesn't seem very good at all. The guns are not super reliable, and it's not like a chopper gunner where you can easily just rape kids. No, Maxwell. It's pretty shit from what I've been told. Now, hopefully they don't fix this.
Is it really? That's good though.
Yeah. The guns just don't work very well. Hopefully they get nerfed even more so that it's not even worth using. That's ideal, of course. But they're not as efficacious as I had feared they would be. And if they stay that way, then that's good, because then this won't be game breaking. I think the only thing attack helicopters would probably be really good for in their current state is for destroying other vehicles with the gun.
Interesting.
But not like people on the ground, which is good, which I'm fine with.
Yeah, I agree with that.
However, they took them out because there was some glitch where people would become invisible if they used them and immune to damage. So the attack helicopters are out of the game now, but they're going to be added back in once that bug is addressed. So for now, they're out of the game. And then also, we got 2 new weapons, and some people in chat have been asking about these, so we'll get to them now. The MAC-10 is an SMG that is unlocked at tier 15 in the Battle Pass. And the Groza is at tier 31 of the Battle Pass. Now, the MAC-10 has an RPM of 1,111, which is pretty fast.
That's absurd.
Yeah, and it has very shit range and very high recoil. So Tanner hit the nail on the fucking head with his analysis of what the MAC-10 would be like in this video game. And then the Groza, Tanner hasn't gotten a chance to use it yet. I have. And thank you, Mullet. I bought the tiers. And thank you, everyone, obviously. It is... I haven't used it much in multiplayer, but it's quite fucking good. I really like it. Again, just like someone, I don't know if it was Tanner that said this or someone in chat, but it's just a very well-rounded assault rifle. It just feels good. It's not
like a medium fire rate, hits pretty hard. Nothing crazy about it, though, right?
Exactly. Just middle of the road, but just like strong everywhere is the impression I'm getting. And I really like it in multiplayer.
Yeah, somebody said that last night in my chat. That may have been Mullet, actually. But somebody said it's good at everything, but it's not better at one specific thing than any other gun in its category. It's just really good at everything.
Yes, exactly.
Nothing that stands out. Very well rounded is what it sounds like.
Exactly, yeah. That's how it feels, which is nice. I like that. I think Cold War is missing a good assault rifle. Just a solid assault rifle, and I think the Groza might fill that vacancy. So that's really good to see. But I mean, full disclosure here, I haven't used it too much, but that's the impression I got over a couple games last night. Now, the real question that many of you are probably asking is what are your guys' thoughts on them in Warzone? Because as we know, Warzone has integrated Cold War weapons into Warzone. You can use all the Cold War weapons in Warzone. So we have some thoughts on those, which we'll get into. But first, we'll start with these. The MAC and the Groza in Warzone. So the MAC-10 is pretty unanimously seen as the best SMG in Warzone.
Yeah.
It's really disgusting. Really disgusting. However, probably not better than a R9 Dragon's Breath. Just probably not. And then the Groza is not worth using in Warzone. And the reason for that, and the reason why most of these Cold War guns are not going to be worth using, is because they don't have monolithic suppressor. Now, who said this months ago? Twitch.tv/Razanon, bitch. I said this months ago. How do you square these circles? Now, there were a lot of circles that did get squared. They allowed you to drop shot with the Cold War weapons in Warzone. They allowed you to mount. They reduced the damage to account for the 150 versus 100 health. That's all good. That's how they should approach this. But what does that mean, really? It's just 31 new weapons in Modern Warfare. It's not.
Exactly like I said.
Exactly. It's not an integration at all. It's just new weapons to Warzone. They're new Warzone weapons. The only difference, though, is that they lack monolithic suppressors. And the only suppressors for all the Cold War guns, they will reduce your damage range and or your bullet velocity, which is a massive no-no in Warzone.
Yeah.
So you can choose to not run a suppressor and then you'll be on the mini-map, and that's not good in Warzone. Or you can run a suppressor and then fuck your bullet velocity, and that's not good in Warzone either. So the Cold War weapons are really not competitive in Warzone, largely. I shouldn't say they're not competitive. Some of them are. They are not meta. They're never going to be the best. They're never even going to come close to the best. But they are at least usable. But the fact that they're lacking the monolithic suppressor means they're basically not worth using. Now, with an SMG, that's not as much of a concern. So you can throw a suppressor on a MAC-10, and it's still going to perform better than every other SMG in the game. But that's pretty much it. Because it's not worth running an AR or an LMG because they don't have mono suppressors. So, Tanner, what are your thoughts here?
So I saw people saying, I saw something on Twitter. Maybe it was like a conversation between a dev or I don't know, some YouTuber. They were saying that some of the guns the guns need to be rebalanced for Warzone. Like they're going to be rebalanced, some of the attachments. So again, let's not pretend they're just porting guns from Warzone. I mean, from Cold War. Because they're entirely different weapons. They perform differently. It's a different game. Just stop thinking of this as they ported them over from Cold War, no matter what Activision tries to tell you. They added 30 new guns to the video game, which is Warzone, and probably 5 of them are usable in Warzone at the most, right? So before we get more into that, regarding the 2 new weapons, Groza, I haven't tried. I pretty much guessed what you said it would be. That sounds good. Yeah. I'm excited to try it in Warzone. Yeah. The MAC-10 is fucking crazy good. It's so good that it's probably going to get nerfed in Cold War. For everything I said, yes. For everything I said, the damage range is actually further than I thought it would be. It does damage really far out there. And the recoil is absurd, of course. But with the right attachments, you can control that and you can be shredding kids from pretty far away with that little gun that's like fucking 10 inches long, right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't make any sense. They have it right in the fact that it just melts people up close in Warzone and in Cold War, because that's how it should be. But it's just the damage drop off needs to be changed. The recoil is already absurd, like I just said, but with the attachments you can control it. It's still a lot of recoil though. So I think all they need to do to that gun is decrease the damage range. Because up close, when it's firing 1,100 rounds per minute, whatever you said, it should melt almost every gun. So I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so regarding this Warzone stuff, I was just saying, nothing like this is probably in your notes, right? No, it's not. Oh. So like JGod earlier, he posted this tweet.
Friend of the pod.
JGod, friend of the pod. Check him out on YouTube. He took a couple screenshots. So he went into Cold War and he fired the Krig and the AK-47 against the wall. And he took a screenshot of the bullet impacts. Then he went to Warzone and he fired the Krig and the AK-47, the Cold War versions, onto a wall. What does it show you? Oh, of course, the recoil patterns between the 2 games, they're not even close. They're nothing similar, right?
Yes.
Not at all. I mean, the Krig and Cold War, like there's a little bit of vertical recoil and then it really pops up and goes up to the right. The AK is just all over the place. So the Krig, when you go to Warzone, pretty much goes straight up vertical, and the AK just goes straight up vertical all over the place. They are not even close. And again, this goes back to what I said. They did not port over weapons from Cold War. They added new weapons to Warzone.
Exactly.
And they're just telling us they're ported over.
Exactly.
So don't go into this thinking like, oh, like that's why when people would ask like, oh, what guns do you think are going to be good in Warzone? And this is what I said last time. I said, I don't fucking know. Stop asking that question because it's dumb, because they're not going to perform the same. The aim assist is different. Everything is different about Cold War and Warzone. And of course, I was right.
Yeah.
I mean, not even the recoil pattern is the same.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you can't compare them. Something could be really, really good in Cold War and it perform entirely different in Warzone. It has the same gun name and the same look. And that's it.
Yeah.
So let's stop pretending they're the same. You're dumb for thinking that, right? So they added 30 new weapons. So don't take your favorite gun, whatever that is, and go into Warzone and think like, oh, God, I keep coughing. Something's in my throat. Like, oh, this gun's really good in Cold War. It'll be really good in Warzone. It won't be. It's a different gun. Okay?
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at.
Yeah. Agreed. So yeah, I mean, the seamless transition, to belabor this point perhaps, is neither seamless nor transitory, I would say. Just like Tanner said, you need to conceive of this not as Cold War being integrated into Warzone, but merely as 30 new weapons added to Warzone. That's it. They're Warzone weapons. They're just added to... They're Warzone weapons without monolithic suppressors that were added to Warzone. That's all it is. They have no resemblance, or very little, to their Cold War counterparts, except for the name and the look, because they otherwise behave differently. Because they had to change the recoil too. Like the AK is a good example. The AK in MW has a fuck ton of recoil, and the AK in Cold War has very little. So to balance that, when they brought the AK from Cold War to Warzone, they just gave it more recoil. Like, okay, well, then why have 2 AKs? And this was our point the entire time. How does this work? Well, you square all the circles and you just make everything like Warzone. So we're just getting new Warzone weapons. That's fine. I'm not mad that there's new Warzone weapons, but don't call it an integration, because of course it's not. Now, you could make an argument like, oh, well, you can level Warzone weapons in Cold War if they're Cold War weapons. Okay, fair point. Fair point. But it's still not an integration as far as I'm concerned. It is an addition of new Warzone weapons to Warzone. That's all it is. So we just wanted to make that point super clear, which I think we've done.
Super. So, yeah.
And then a couple more notes here. Not many. The Fennec and the ISO. This is Infinity Ward to a T. Remember when they buffed the what was it? What's the LMG in MW called? The M95?
Wait, say that again?
There's an LMG in MG. No, not the MG.
MG34? What are you talking about?
No, it wasn't the MG34. M92. There's an LMG.
M91?
Yes, there's an LMG in MW that they randomly buffed that no one asked for, no one cared about, no one used it after the buff. Remember this? We talked about this and we were like, why did they buff this? Like, no, what the fuck? No one asked for this. They've done it again. Infinity Ward's back on their bullshit. The Fennec and the ISO, SMGs that absolutely no one uses, they have buffed, but not in the way they needed a buff. They just increased the damage range, which was not the problem with these weapons, by the way. So I don't know why the fuck they did this, but they did, with no explanation, by the way. So
I think they knew the Mac 10 was coming and it was going to be good. So they thought, oh, let's try to bring 2 other SMGs
with high fire rates
by increasing the damage range.
Maybe, yeah.
But it's not just that; it's that their fire rates are so high that they just burn through ammo so quickly. Mm-hmm. It's not even necessarily the damage range, which I mean, increased damage range helps, obviously.
Yeah,
but it's a fact that when you miss shots with like the Fennec, you're going to have to reload. You're going to be able to kill like 2 people in Warzone, whereas the MP5, you can fucking down a whole team, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I just thought that was funny, but anyways. Also, removed the Juggernaut reward from the Subway and Stadium Easter eggs. That is a good change. About time. And then I wish I could tell you the last Warzone patch of note. I wish I could say this. Shotgun Sigma removed Dragon's Breath rounds attachment. I wish I could tell you that, right? But I can't. Because the R9 Dragon's Breath rounds has not been touched at all. No mention of it was made. No, hey, we know it's disgusting, we're going to change it. Nothing, no announcement has been made. So that hasn't happened. But at least they've taken the Juggernaut out of the game, largely. Also, for Nuketown, they adjusted the spawn logic. I think that's good. This was a very recent change. I think it was actually last night. And then Combined Arms Assault, the last patch note we wanted to go over. And again, these are not all the patch notes. These are just the ones we thought were worth talking about. Combined Arms Assault. 20 seconds will now be added to the game clock when a zone is captured to reduce the frequency of a game ending in a draw due to lack of time when transitioning to a new zone.
Oh.
I quite like this.
Yeah.
And it even happened to us last night where we took like second to last zone on Armada, but there was only 7 seconds on the clock, so then the game just immediately ended because no one was on the next zone immediately. So now they just add 20 seconds every time that happens. By the way, if you're a nuke hunter, this is good news for you because assault matches just got longer. They just got even longer than they already were, and they were probably the longest game mode in the game already. So that's going to be good for going for nukes. So just make sure you keep that in mind. So next here is this is fun. Modern Warfare XP tokens are no longer available in Warzone. Now, I'm going to be totally honest. This kind of makes sense to me. Because I would level all my Cold War weapons up and plunder quickly. Because I have probably 4 weeks of fucking time in double weapon XP tokens on MDub now. So I would just boot up MDub, play plunder, level up all my Cold War weapons. But also, some people are fucking malding about it. And, you know, I'm not sure how I feel about this. It feels kind of scummy, but it kind of makes sense, maybe? I'm not really sure. What are your thoughts?
It's pretty scummy. Did they even announce this, or did they just disappear and people noticed it?
Oh, they didn't announce it. Of course not.
They didn't announce it.
Yeah,
it's extremely scummy, I think. Because people were saving those specifically for the launch of Cold War. And then they just made that change. And you have to use them in Modern Warfare multiplayer. It's a scummy thing to do, but I don't know. What do you expect from Infinity Ward?
Yeah.
Activision.
Agreed.
Probably Activision.
It's Activision, yeah.
So yeah, it's scummy as all hell, but it's not surprising, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah, I have nothing to say on this. I just thought I would let you guys know if you were trying to do that. It's a smart strategy to think of. I hadn't thought of it, and then when I heard this, I was like, oh, that would have been smart to do, but you can't, so whatever. Also, there's a CDL launch pack available in Cold War. Now, you can't buy it with COD points. You can only buy it with 10 United States dollars. And it's not a team affiliation, and you can see the image here on your screen. It's just like an operator outfit, and you're just
crazy.
Some dude wearing it's not even a balaclava. You just have a ski mask with no hole, no perforation at all. So this guy is following the COVID-19 safety protocols. He's just got a fucking cloth over his head with sunglasses on, a backwards hat, K, and a hoodie on, a 100
You're an
Thieves
actual
hoodie.
dipshit if you buy this kit.
And it costs $9.99 United States cents.
Why didn't you answer that question? Why didn't you? Did you ignore that topic?
And so I did, of course, buy this pack.
You're such shit.
Because I think
so.
The
You're supporting
looks cool.
Activision. You're supporting the Call of Duty Controller League.
I'm shit. Yes.
Yeah.
Call of Duty Controller League. I'm shit. Yes. So that is in the shop. It's kind
pretty
of hard.
Dope looking, I'm gonna be honest.
It is good looking. Yeah, that's why I bought it. It's hard to find because it's not a bundle. You have to go to the store, franchise store, where you buy COD points. It's next to that, and you can only buy it with money. But it's in the game, so you guys might want to consider looking into that if you're into that. I don't supporting Activision, but I did it myself, so I would be a hypocrite to not at least tell you guys about it. So that's in the game. And then last little patch note here. We've already gone over. We disabled helicopters while they worked to fix the invisibility glitch. So, any other things that have changed in the video game that you'd like to go over, TDS?
So there was a little patch they put out earlier today, which are not in the notes, but it changed some things. I mean, that PC issue everyone was having, that's been fixed now. But there was something I think worth talking about. Here we go. So the behind the cover weapon camo challenge. So they've changed this. There's a lot of people complaining. You'll get a weapon max level. You'll go back and look, like on an assault rifle or something, and you'll see that you have to kill like 75 enemies behind cover. So you'll have the weapon level max, right? And you'll have 4 of those kills. So people are like, what? How am I supposed to do that? So I'm not sure what this first point means, but so regarding this camo challenge, they increase the distance check. Not sure what that means. What does distance check mean?
Distance check means they can be, instead of humping a wall, they can be up to 5 meters away. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. So so they changed that, and then they removed the requirement for the victim to face a certain direction. So I think what it was is they maybe had to be facing you, whereas now it sounds like if somebody's using cover, but you're behind them and they're by a piece of cover looking the other direction. That's what I'm assuming, is that you can kill them and that'll count for it. Not positive, but maybe. If not, then definitely they can be looking either direction to their right or to their left. And if they're behind cover from where you're looking at them, then you'll get that kill. So that's really big, I think, because that is probably one of the worst weapon camo challenges to do, because it doesn't involve skill whatsoever. It's like the dumb mounted challenges for Modern Warfare. It doesn't involve skill. You just have to do something stupid. Actually, it's worse than the mounting, because mounting you can choose to mount.
Exactly.
This is just totally random. It's just you run around and get kills and hope that somebody's in cover. I mean, you're not going to not shoot somebody and like wait for them to run and get behind cover. You know, it doesn't make any sense. So it's a terrible weapon camo challenge either way, but I'm glad it sounds like they made it slightly easier. So we'll see if that's noticeable.
That is worth noting. I did see that. I forgot to add it. But yeah, they made it a lot easier, it sounds like, which is good, because that camo everyone's been malding about for good reason. So yeah, that's good thing to note for you Damascus or Dark Matter hunters.
About it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. They adjusted the spawns on Nuketown.
I said that.
Which I saw a lot of people. Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Where they spawn in the middle now? Okay, cool. That's it then.
Yeah. Yep. So again, I'll repeat as we've said, there were more patch notes. Most of them, everything we didn't cover, we didn't feel like we needed to cover. I went through all of them and I kind of cherry picked, and there was a lot to cherry pick. So there are other things. If you wanted the full patch notes, you can look into them. But we've covered everything worth talking about, I would say. So those were the important changes. So real quick, I'm going to go pee after this. We're going to take a little break, by the way.
I need to go pee too, yeah.
Okay. Jive from the 215 with the 100 biddies. Let's go, dude. Thank you, brother. You had a message for me. I'm going to try and find it if I can. Here we go. Your podcast makes me not want to kill myself in game, of course, at work. So I guess 100 bits is the least I can give. Also going to sub to Patreon soon on patreon.com/thedropshot. Well, Jive from the 215. Change it. I appreciate the support, dude. And I'm glad we have saved yet another desolate soul from leaping off the ledge. So thank you for the kind words, dude. Thank you for the support. It means a lot. And it's Boopsy with the tier 1. Let's go. Thank you, sister. And I'm assuming you're a sister because your name is It's Boopsy, right? Now, regardless of your gender, sex, or gender identity, change it. But nonetheless, I appreciate the support. I appreciate the love. And thank you for the tier 1 Subarino. News and upcoming changes. Now, first of all, not much to say here. Actually, kind of interesting, and this is worth talking about on this program because there's an alarming number of people in the Discord who have not bought this game. And here's their chance to try it. Black Ops Cold War multiplayer free from December 17th to the 24th. So you can do this starting at the time that you've heard this program and ending on Thursday, December 24th, Christmas Eve at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So on PlayStation, go to Warzone, go to the store tab, franchise store, and you should see the free access option there. Xbox store on your console, search Black Ops Cold War free access and download it. And then on PC, this is going to be via Blizzard's Battle.net app. So install Battle.net and then you can find it on the app there under partner games. And there will be an option for try for free. So that is interesting. So Thursday through Monday, you can... Oh, this is weird. They're only doing a couple different playlists. So from the 17th to the 21st, you can do TDM, Dom, Gunfight, Nuketown, and Raid the Mall playlist. And then Monday through Thursday, the 21st to the 24th, you can do everything just listed, plus Prop Hunt, Combined Arms Hardpoint, and Fireteam Dirty Bomb, which is interesting. So, yeah, if you're on the fence still about buying the game, I would say at this point, definitely wait, do the free access, see how much you enjoy it, and go from there. So, pretty cool idea for them to do. and that should be interesting. So there you go. Also, Holiday double XP is coming to Cold War and Warzone. So, starting the 17th at 10 a.m., which is after the time of recording this program, PlayStation exclusive gets double XP, double weapon XP, and double battle pass progression.
Oh.
And then starting on the 18th at 10 a.m. through December 21st at 10 a.m., double XP and weapon XP will be live for everyone. And then on the 22nd through the 28th, double battle pass XP. These are weird dates and they make me mauled. And then Christmas, 10 a.m. through December 28th, double battle pass XP will be live in Cold War and in Warzone. So this is convoluted and confusing and dumb, and I don't understand the weird scheduling here. But there's double XP, double weapon XP, and double battle pass XP coming in some variety in the near future or now. And if you wanted those specific dates again, you could go to charlieintel.com, you could go to callofduty.com and figure that out. But the schedule's kind of weird and like broken up, and I'm not sure why. But nonetheless, that's pretty cool. The battle pass progression in this game, by the way, quite slow. Quite fucking slow.
I haven't even looked. I haven't even noticed.
Yeah, so if you want to get tier 100, you should really take advantage of this double battle pass XP time. I strongly encourage it because it's been like really slow looking from my perspective. So keep those things in mind. Also, a lot of people were malding that there's no new zombies content really with season 1. So we have some insider information courtesy of Charlie Intel, friends of the program. And they released a tweet on the 15th. Treyarch says that at the start of Season 1, zombies, cosmetic items, including weapon camos, will not be accessible in Warzone. And they plan to add that support later on. So, for example, the Dark Aether camo, you can't use that in Warzone on your Cold War guns. But you can use, like, Dark Matter on your Cold War guns. So Zombies players were fucking malding about this, and they assumed it would just never come to Warzone, which is honestly what I would have assumed as well. However, even though it's not available right now, they plan to add that support later on at some point. I would honestly expect this to come kind of soon, if I'm going to keep it $150 with you. But it's not in the game right now, and hopefully it'll come soon. How soon do you think, Tanner? Should it even be allowed? I think it should.
Why would it not be? What do you mean? Why would it not be allowed?
Yeah, I think it should.
I'm guessing towards the end of season 1. I think it'll come out like a pre-patch before season 2 comes out. It's funny though, because a lot of people really grinded for that. Literally to use when Warzone came out.
Yeah, true.
That's what's so funny. But yeah, I'm thinking before season 2 it'll be out. So it'll be probably, what is that, 4 or 5 weeks from now, I'm assuming. Because again, they're not porting anything over. They're adding it to Warzone. They're making new content for Warzone.
Exactly.
So they have to design this camo all over again and make it look like how it does in Cold War.
Yep, 100%. So, yeah. Yep. Well, we will indeed, see that soon, hopefully. But I don't know. I don't find this to be that big of a deal. But yeah, anyways. That I think is that. Normally at this time in the program, we would go over iTunes reviews, but I want a fucking game. So we're going to hit those on Saturday. So make sure you leave a 5-star iTunes rating. And if you leave a review with it, I will read it on this program, but we will postpone these for Saturday because I want to get to the game. So anything else you want to add to this program, TDS?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, cool. All right, so go ahead and start your live stream. Tanner and I and Gabriel and maybe Benjamin, Frontline Hero, will be gaming right now. I will remind everyone the best way to support this program is to gift 100 subs. It's a joke. I mean, that's a lot. It's a lot of support. But for the average person, the best way to support the program, besides, of course, listening, and we appreciate all of our listeners, is to join the Patreon. 4 bonus episodes a month, weekly hangouts, and more. Patreon.com/thedropshot. It's only $5 a month. And there's more shit available, like weekly hangouts, as I think I said, on the Damascus tier. But you can see the website for details. Patreon.com/thedropshot. And you get access to all the past episodes. We've done a number of Cold War specific episodes, and even the pre-Cold War episodes apply to Cold War and Warzone. You can get benefit from all of them at any time. We've kind of designed them to be timeless. So you can get that whole back catalog and then a new one, 4 new ones every month. And that's a great way to help us out. So patreon.com/thedropshot. You can find us on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, all that dumb shit. Rate us on iTunes. We've got 2 merch stores. See the links. We've got a thriving YouTube now. Just fucking ballooning, dude.
Are we?
YouTube.com/Razanon. Make sure to sub. It's free as fuck. Join the fucking Discord, of course. Again, we're getting new members every fucking day. And it is, I mean, I can't keep up with it. It's fantastic. It's a great resource to use. So the Discord's kind of like a voice chat / text forum hybrid. And we also do a lot of announcements there. And you can communicate with Tanner and I directly if you join the fucking Discord. So make sure you do that. The link is in the show notes, as is the link to all of what I'm talking about. And last but certainly not fucking least, an extra special thank you to our Damascus patrons. Mr. Salmonella, Jay Pritch, Slivovitz, Jake Down, Zerosio, Tequila Sirockingbird, Face Esquire, Gift Curse, Adam H, Sniff Hambone, change it, Jimmy M, Von Trapp, Lyle P, Aussie Menace, Vesturge, Goated Oat, Josh V, Papa Shido, Civ, Blackbeard, Dr. J Web, King Big Dick Camper, K, Derek R, Wade M, It's the Pickle, That Dirty Clap, Killicam, Pre-Shock, Garrett S, Jada Pinkett Smith, Lemur Party, Freeze, The Dave Daily, Young Evan, aka Rita Book, Deacon Cheese, Brandon L, Rizzle Music, Sean B, Manny Marr, DKC 1995, Samuel, Cope Cowboy, Notoriety, the fucking mad lad himself, Thomas L, Blake C, Lavana Fair, the 332nd, Brian P, change it by the way, 332nd, Jaron G, Maxi, TTV, Trump MAGA 20, Throttle Out, Dirty Nate, Mick Bango, Spotter Slut, Hank Swift, Adam M, Flex Stepdad, don't change it, I love it, Rye Mike, change it because it's confusing, Big Rec 44, Chad G, Nick Venomous, super change it, Sweaty Aim Assist, Stephen S, Daniel E, and an extra special thank you to our one and only Obsidian Matter Dark patron, the Dropshot Patriarch, the Vaping Viking. Also, again, the support tonight has been disgusting. You guys are fucking dumb. And it is a Merry Christmas for the Dropshot LLC. Thank you all for the support tonight. You guys have been insane. Thank you to all those patrons as well, of course. It means a lot. And we've got some real big plans on the horizon thanks to you guys. Literally thanks to you guys. So we'll have more to say about that in the coming weeks. But for now, we will leave it at that. It means a lot. It is very helpful and we appreciate it. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for listening. We're going to go get some gameplay in on Tanner Stream. Make sure to follow at twitch.tv/Tanner Dropshot. One word. Have an excellent evening again. And as always, please remember, Merry Christmas and stay humble.
Stay humble.
Thanks for watching this episode of the Dropshot, a Call of Duty podcast. Be sure to like and subscribe because in addition to full episodes like this, we've also got clips from the show, as well as gameplay breakdowns and more on the channel. The show is streamed live on twitch.tv/Razanon every Wednesday and Saturday at 7 p.m. Pacific time. So give us a follow over there, make sure to turn on notifications, and you can chat with us live during the podcast. And of course, we are available wherever you listen to podcasts. Just search for The Drop Shot on your favorite podcast app and make sure to give us a follow. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time, and as always, remember, stay humble.